Yes, what's going on, YouTube gang? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone had a good trading week last week. I will just kind of elaborate on Friday's video that I put in regards to how we ended up, what my sort of predictions are next week, as we've got NFP. NFP is going to help some direction in the market, I think, especially for pairs that have been ranging for a good fucking time now. Um, Obviously, we had a little bit of news last week. We had GDP and we had PPE, I think, which I think kind of gave us a little bit of a indication on what we might be doing for next week. Some of the setups that I was in were still holding, which is I don't really care when it comes to holding over the weekend. It's pretty standard for me to be still in trades and holding trades. Only had one closeout last week, which was NZD CAD, which I obviously went through on Friday's video. I kind of forget of what videos, what I do in what videos, and this, that, and the third. So um, if there's anything repeated in here, then it is what it is. GA, weirdly, GA just decided to kind of have a bit of a boner late Friday afternoon with this bullish. I was on 4 o'clock. Obviously, this is 4 o'clock. I think New York time, London time. Yeah, randomly 4 o'clock. Pushed back into retest 194. But I had this other setup where I kind of said, right, I'll look to take a retracement trade back off, add to my position. But kind of just looking at the daily. We did kind of fill this previous daily imbalance, but weekly wise, I don't like the look of the weekly. Personally, I was hoping for a bit more of a closure, because these past weekly candles have just kind of all done the same. And I don't know if this is because we've got monthly CPI. Oh no, that was last week. We've got GDP coming up, which is forecasted to be good for AUD. So again, that could help us get the push that we need to further see some downside. So whether or not I enter another position again, I'll have to wait, because this is coming out on Tuesday. No, 4th of September, so that is Wednesday. So we might just have a bit of bouncing around consolidation rubbish until that. So, first position is stopped at break even anyway. It's not stopped. Sorry, it's at break even, so we're still in the first trade. But I will look to see on whether or not I feel like this is the area to take another position from. It doesn't look too bad. I would have just preferred a stronger kind of weekly closure, monthly closure, because we did just kind of get this rejection from the EMA, which isn't ideal, and we could kind of call this a rejection of 192,500s area. But we're very, very close to the weekly and daily lows. So at best, I would be expecting some sort of take this low and take this low, which is my first TP anyway. So, and just see how it reacts off of 92,500 again. So that's GA. Euro GBP. Euro GBP is, like I said, the only one that I potentially could get stopped out on. We had a lot of Euro news last week, but it didn't really, it didn't really do as much as what I would have anticipated. And we've got balance of trade this week, which I don't really thinks that is going to do much. Euro GBP is potentially the only one that I'm going to get stopped out on. Reason for taking this trade, obviously daily imbalance, no bottom wick on this daily candle here. Small retracement trade on the fib level, but we have kind of invalidated it by closing below the 78.6 on the daily, but on the monthly chart, this was what I was looking for. This is a fib range set up on the monthly chart. We had, the reason why I took this trade, I took it based off of this candle here, this candle closure. We had a retest of 84,500, close above, and within this wick range here, I was looking for my entry, which we got off of this daily candle, and then the next daily candle just decided to just fucking open the floodgates and completely violate it. But I'm not one of those traders that goes, oh, no, I'm going to close, blah, 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 because like a lot of times in the past, yes, we've had this kind of movement and we've dabbled in the stop loss area for a while, but then we've come and shot to take profit, and I would have closed, taken the loss when I didn't need to take the loss, because then evidently the trade goes in the direction that I predicted. So it's one of those. It is a loss if it hits the stop loss, but it hasn't done that. It is unrealized loss right now. So until such time as it becomes realized, I will reevaluate and then potentially look to go back in if the trade meets the confluences. USD CAD, same sort of deal. Was a lot of USD news last week, so which kind of helped a little bit. So we are only about 40 odd pips in profit on this one. But like I said, this potentially is just a retracement trade, as I feel like the overall trend is bearish. But I'm looking for that retest of 135,500. Morning coffee, obviously on the cards. So yeah, that is a sell idea that I have got set up for USD CAD. USD CAD, this is my first ever trade on USD CAD. I don't think I've ever taken any trades on USD CAD. Nope, not as far as I can see. So USD CAD again is something first timer on. NZD CAD was obviously the one that we closed out on last week. Nice trade. Took about 12 days for it to close, but it is what it is. NZD CHF is still running. Nice close above 53 flat, which was what I was hoping for. But I have got to be wary because weekly wise, we have got these two weekly imbalances here. This one we're in the process of filling. Whether or not we fill this one, we might have a little bit of a retracement before we start to go up, but I know on the monthly time frame that is a nice monthly bullish flip. So, very, very large wick. I mean, that wick or that monthly candle in general is, about 300, 400 pip candle. So, and we did get the close back above 53, which was the previous level of support that we broke through on this monthly candle. So I spoke about this on stream being a case of, we may have got in at the bottom, and I will be basically monitoring this throughout. And if I feel like I have to open my TP, then I will. Because at the end of the day, regardless of getting in at the bottom, we can just add positions to our latter position and hold, because with NZD CHF it's plus swap fees anyway, because we're buying the market, so the swap fees we're actually getting as plus, which is good, so it's added extra money on top of your position, and it's a case of if I can hold this for potentially if we break out of this downward trend and start to head for the highs over here, then why not? Why not hold it for its full potential and just along the lines we are just scaling in positions all the way up? Because I have said it in the past that I feel NZD is going to gain some sort of momentum and strength based on other charts and this, that, and the third. So yeah, NZD CHF is something that I'm potentially watching, but we're in. AUD NZD was the only one that I had a like late Thursday or Friday, I think, limit set, but I then cancelled it because I didn't like the look of the weekly candle. We had a nice daily kind of tap in, fill in balance, test 108 flat and reject. So within there, I was like, right, cool. We will find an area where we will set a limit order. But this then next day just sort of almost flipped bearish again. And to me, it just kind of invalidated my position that I was looking for. I had this, look, we had this tap in here. I was looking for this imbalance to be filled here, hence why the limit is around this area. But I just didn't like the way that the daily and the weekly was actually closing, and I think monthly as well. Monthly was looking a bit ass as well. But it's just been a kind of consolidated, you know, if you look at price for the last, you know, since December 2022, we have been static in this range from here to here. Price has not broken out of this, how many pip range is it? 344 pip range. Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing, like when you start looking at price on the higher time frame and stuff like that, like monthly candles, you know, you start sitting there and thinking, like, and this is the benefit of hindsight, obviously being able to look back, you just go, so I could have just traded within that range for near on a year and two, well, yeah, nearly 2 years. 2 years of just trading in a range, 344 pips. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, I've taken 2 trades on AUD NZD so far. Both of them have been decent. That one. And yeah, this one was ready to be kind of set, but I've basically just said I will reevaluate it next week. But yeah, GU, I'm hoping, given the fact that we've got NFP and NFP looks to be pretty strong next week, that we are going to start seeing a retracement on this 600 pip move from here to here with zero kind of nice market structure. And this is what I'm saying about the whole USD stuff, is that, you know, we've taken a long kind of push on USD pairs without there being much kind of retracement, and you know, it's put some of the algo guys in a bit of a, you know, emotional time, because some of them have just joined the GU algo that's going, and yeah, been endured in some sort of 600 pip move is not the best, but it's what happens with algos. At the end of the day, they are not human. They're not like us, where we can kind of go, yep, this is a solid uptrend. I'm not going to be looking to take any trades on this until such time as I see a nice retracement for a buy setup or a nice kind of break to the downside to look for sells. Algos just don't do that, and that is the pros and cons of algorithms. But regardless of that, I'll just show you the portfolio. Regardless of that, the portfolio is still looking pretty strong. Ended the week last week, I think it was on 22% across all of the platforms. That's manual and algo. You can see the GU strat there. To the drawdown is just updated, 32.5%, but that is not abnormal with algorithms. Algorithms, they do endure big drawdown periods, especially if they're martingale strategies where they are placing more and more lot sizes. It tends to be less if it is just one position. You know, I've got, what one have I got that's one position? I don't think I have got one. Most of them are martingale ones. This is my like swing fun account that I just set up because I like to flip accounts, but I've spoken about that. But yeah, 22% anyway. So even regardless of the drawdown, it is just part and parcel of it. Even with this swing account, I've been in 15% drawdown, but that is down to gold, as it always is. So yeah, I'm just kind of running those. They are ticking along nicely, tickety boo. And obviously I've got a free group for anybody that's interested in just getting information about them. You don't have to get involved in them. It is just a free group explaining how algorithms work and this, that, and the third. They don't tend to work on low balances, sadly. Martingale grid strategies and stuff like that, they need a lot of margin to be able to get themselves out of predicaments that they get in. So with 300 quid, you don't really have that much margin. That kind of came about last week when EU had got itself into a bit of a muddle. But it was an unfortunate muddle when I say this, because I'll be able to even show you what happened. It was a case that it got to about 0.2 pips from hitting its TP and closing all the positions out. It missed by 0.2 pips and then decided to decline another 50, right? But larger accounts were fine. If you look here, this is it's this one here. This it's called low balance, but it's not a low balance. 2.4k or 2.3k. This was fine. Okay, this balance was completely fine, and it only endured 8.94% drawdown. Okay, but for £300 accounts, they endured a lot more, and it actually had to close in a loss. Not a big loss. I think it lost about maybe 3 or 4%. But on the larger account balances, it was perfectly fine. We endured the drawdown, and then we actually closed in, I think it was 2.24% profit. So it's just one of those. At the end of the day, the larger account balance you have, the better in all aspects of trading, not just algorithm trading, but manual trading. The more money you have in your account balance, the more margin you have, the more leverage you can, use, lot sizes, blah, 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 blah. So it's just one of those things. Like, even if I wasn't dabbling in the algorithm side, I would still be saying this to people that are getting into manual trading, that £300, yeah, it's okay. If you are literally okay with seeing £1 or £2 profit, then thumbs up to you. But the likelihood of people actually being fine with seeing £1 or £2 profit is pretty slim, right? We all know that everybody that gets into trading has probably come through some sort of influencer that is showing them making 20, 30k, 40k in one trade. They realistically, at the end of the day, most people don't know what it takes to make that kind of money, and they don't know what kind of balance you need to make that kind of money, right? And this always comes about when people come in with their messages to me and they go, yeah, I've got 300 quids and I want to basically be making 100, 200 pound a week. And I'm like, right, okay, so you want to make close to 100% in 1 week. There is no such thing on this planet that will be able to do that for you. Yes, don't get me wrong, sometimes I can flip an account in a week, but trading like an absolute dickhead. And I make that known that I trade like an absolute dickhead to flip accounts. That's not how I trade my larger money. But with £800 or 300 quid or something like that, I can throw that into an account. I don't give a fuck about losing it. I'm literally there to flip it and, not even get some sort of ego boost. Just remind me that that is a way of trading sometimes, and this is the more common way of trading for every newcomer that comes in. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not sustainable, it's not consistent, you will blow it, and as long as you know that, then fine, all for it. Have a bit of fun, especially when the markets are just being twats, or static and ranging, and you're not really getting anything. Trade it. you know, full port it on news, whatever. You know, when you get to the stage where you have a spare £100 that you really don't care about, because you know you'd probably, I don't know, go out and spend it on booze or something like that on a night out. Yeah, stick it in a fucking trading account, full port news. You know, buy stop, sell stop on NFP, and you know, one triggers, delete the other one, and see if you can flip it. You know, it is a bit of fun. Sometimes when you've been doing this for as long as I have, you need to bring a bit of fun back into it. Yes, you've got your serious stuff going on over there, but sometimes when you are just sitting here and you're like, fuck me, really not much going on today, you do just, you know, sit there and have a bit of fun. It's nice to have a bit of fun. But yeah, it's one of those. The more money you've got, the better. But yeah, in our Discord group, we've been hitting well this month, so that's doing good. But yeah, anybody that wants any questions answered, drop me a message on Instagram. It is Adam Took That. I don't know if I've got the link down there, but yeah, drop me a message if you want to get into the free group or you're looking to get into the Discord. Drop me a message and I will respond. But yeah, I will do a midweek video, probably just updating everybody. I am going live on YouTube as well most days, so look out for that, and I'll see you in the next one.